Hello, welcome to another Mini Monday episode with me, Claire Hill from the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. And this is the first Mini Monday episode that I'm actually recording that is going to go onto YouTube too. So I'm videoing myself at the same time. And this goes back to the topic of today's mini podcast. This is about setting yourself 3 goals a week. And one of my goals this week was to be recording a podcast episode as well as a YouTube video. So tick. It's so difficult for me, and I don't know about you, it's so difficult for me to actually just set myself 3 goals. It feels like my to-do list is all of my goals and that I should be completing all of them. But then actually, I think 3 goals, you need to be mindful of the things that move your business forward. Now, I am on a bit of a mission to move a lot of my content over to YouTube because I really believe that the person that I need to speak to is watching on YouTube, just like I watch my heroes and the people that inspire me on YouTube too. So I want to be able to speak to more people using YouTube through video, podcast, etc. Now, thinking as it is a Monday, if you're listening to the podcast, you know that this is published every Monday. It's a really good thing for you to do, setting an intention for the week about the 3 things that you want to achieve for the week. Now, that could be something that you're really avoiding. In the Vivid Club membership, we've been talking about tax returns, and we actually broke down that if you're listening in the UK and you're self-employed, you have to submit your tax return before the 31st of January. And it's one of those things that sort of weighs heavy on you and that you need to be completing before the Christmas break. And I'm recording this at the end of November. I think actually it's nearly, when this publishes, it's almost Christmas, but having that energy release, you're like, oh, I've done my tax return. It's so wonderful. Maybe one of your goals this week needs to be to get your tax return started. But your tax return, your goal, can be split into lots of different things so that you can trick yourself into getting it done, which uses the 1% factor, which is another episode that I'm going to do talking about the 1% factor. So every Monday, if you're listening to this, why not just sit with yourself and think, right, what are the 3 things that I want to achieve this week? It may be also to do with your house and your business. I think it's really important to, well, I believe it's really important to recognize that your business and yourself are basically interlinked. And though it would be wonderful if we had a full work-life balance where work is separate from our life, when you run a business, that is so difficult to achieve. It is making sure that you have like a joy work. But then what if your work brings you lots and lots of joy? You need to make sure there's a balance there, but also reflect on the fact that those things that aren't directly impacting your work are indirectly doing that for your work. So for example, I am really practicing my prepared Paula sort of avatar before Christmas. I'm already ahead of myself with my Vivid Wire orders, getting on top of, I've just launched some one-to-one spaces, so I'm getting on top of that with their notes and getting their files all organized and getting their service user agreements all organized, and I feel really, really in control. And that is also leaking into my daily life where I'm like, do you know what can I get ready for Christmas? I booked my Tesco delivery, so it was the last one on the 23rd of December yesterday, and I feel like I'm really prepared for it now. But one of my goals for this week is to just assess what can I get ready for Christmas. We are hosting this year, so there's a lot to get ready when you're hosting. What can I get ready before that? And that's one of my goals. So if you're listening to this at the beginning of the week or any time of the week, just think to yourself, what intention do you want to achieve? What 3 things do you want to get done this week? They might be big, they might be small, but try and stay consistent with approaching your week like that, and you'll be moving the needle in your business forward a little bit more. If you liked this video or this podcast, wherever you're listening or watching, I'm very conscious because I've got my 5-minute timer on to make sure it's only 5 minutes this video. But if you did enjoy this, please subscribe and share. It really does help me help more people transform from worriers to warriors. And you can find me all over the place, and all my links are in the show notes. Thank you very much. Have an amazing day.